Streaming live across the country, tackling the topics everyone is talking about online. Share, engage, and interact. This is Newsfeed Now.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. We made it halfway to the weekend. Hope you're having a great start to your day. I'm Suzanne Bruner. Glad you could join us on Newsfeed Now. Have you ever had that moment where you see something that you just cannot believe is happening, so you have to whip out your phone, quickly hit record so people could believe what you just saw? Well, a man driving on a busy interstate in Colorado had to do just that. And his video, as you can imagine, went viral because it showed a man hanging off the back of a truck on the highway. Here's Laura Wilson.
David Meyer has witnessed a lot of strange things on his daily commute along I-25.
There is always crazy stuff that I, for whatever reason, just happen to see.
But this
is the craziest. There's no doubt about it.
He shot the video a little before 8 a.m. on Friday near Orchard and I-25, going around 70 miles per hour. And initially, Meyer says he wasn't sure what he was shooting.
I thought like someone had stuffed a pair of pants and some shirt and put it on there, and then as I got closer, I realized it was in fact a real guy.
Bewilderment quickly turned to concern as Meyer says he and another driver tried to create distance between the truck and other drivers heading northbound.
I noticed there was another vehicle that was talking to the truck driver that was getting him to slow down, so I kind of pulled back. I was zoomed in pretty far. I was back several hundred feet from him just in case anything were to happen.
But that's exactly what Colorado State Patrol Trooper Josh Lewis says makes this incident so dangerous.
Not only is the person hanging on the back in an unsafe position, but anybody around them is now unsafe. And certainly if that person falls off, they're want to do what's right and avoid them, but now they put themselves at danger.
He hopes this is an isolated incident, but cautions drivers who witness this in the future to call 911 instead of trying to get involved.
Certainly 911 operators, they're trained to ask questions, get the information. So listen to what they have to say, answer their questions. That's how they can get an emergency response as quick as possible.
Joining us from Denver right now is Laura Wilson. She's been following this story. Wow, I have no words. That was the first time I saw that video. What was he doing? Did they ever figure that out?
No, we still haven't figured that out. We were trying to pull police records, and honestly, it appears he was just hitching a ride. No stunts, just something really stupid, honestly.
Yeah, so they're still working to identify this guy. The person who recorded the video, I'm curious, how long was he following him for? Because it looks like they went quite a while.
It actually transpired pretty quickly. Talking to the guy who took the video, his name is David Meyer. He said, he's running all these scenarios in his head. Is this a dummy? Is this a stunt? Is this part of the protest going on in Colorado? And when he actually realized it was, in fact, a real person, he started recording. So I think this all went down in I'd say about a 3-4 minute period, and you see like right at the end of the video the truck is starting to pull off and slow down, and that's where that driver figured out there was someone hitching a ride on the back.
Yeah, the state trooper actually brought up a good point. 911, when you see something like this, you got to call them, because this could have ended up into a very tragic situation on the highway.
Yeah, and I actually talked to David after the story aired, and he said, thank you for not making me look too bad. He said, in hindsight, I should have called 911. In the moment, though, I just wanted to make sure this guy was safe. But you're right. I mean, look how many people were affected by that, and that domino effect that could have happened from this guy just hanging off the back.
Wow. And he sees quite a bit of stuff happen on the highway, but nothing like this on his commute. Laura, thanks so much for joining us. Again, that video coming out of Denver. We have another viral video that we got to tell you about. This is new body cam footage. It shows officers arresting an 8-year-old boy at his school in Florida. Here it is. The family's attorney recently shared the video. This is from 2018. As you can see here, it shows officers trying to arrest the boy. They pull out those handcuffs, but they realize the handcuffs were just a little too large. A teacher claimed the student you see here punched her in the chest. The boy was charged with felony battery, but those charges have since been dropped. The family says when he's having an episode, he becomes sensitive to touch. They also confirm he's taking medication for ADHD, oppositional defiant disorder, depression, and anxiety. The family is now suing the 3 officers for excessive force, the school district, and the city of Key West. Again, this viral video coming out of Florida. A case gone cold in Alaska, solved years later. Detectives were able to link a teen's murder to an Arkansas man. 17-year-old Jessica Baggin was sexually assaulted and murdered 24 years ago. Police developed a DNA profile and identified 66-year-old Steve Branch as their suspect. When they found him in Austin, Arkansas, miles away, he denied knowing anything about the crime. He even refused to provide a DNA sample. Branch killed himself last week.
The plan was to secure a DNA sample directly from Branch under the authority of a search warrant, and if the profiles matched, investigators would take Branch into custody and charge him with Jessica's murder. However, only 30 minutes after the Alaska investigators departed the residence, Branch committed suicide.
Officers got a search warrant and collected his DNA during his autopsy. It did match the DNA on the victim's body. Following this story is Mitch McCoy. He's joining us now from Little Rock, Arkansas. Mitch, thanks for joining us. For people who are unfamiliar with this case, bring us up to speed here.
Well, we know that Alaskan authorities held a news conference yesterday, 3:15 Alaskan time, to update everyone on this cold case. Jessica's family waiting 24 years for justice. We know that Jessica was walking home from her 17th birthday party when she disappeared. We know that according to a radio station there in Alaska, that the body of 17-year-old Jessica Baggins was found just a short distance from her home. We know that the suspect, 66-year-old Steve Branch, moved to Arkansas sometime in 2010, according to some of our sources, and he's been on the Alaskan authorities' radar for some time, and they finally caught up with him at his home in Austin, Arkansas. For those not familiar with the area, it's about a half hour from Little Rock, the capital city, and when they asked for that DNA sample, just a half hour after Alaskan authorities left, he shot and killed himself in the backyard.
So they have known that he was the primary suspect in this case all along. We're talking a 24-year investigation. How did his name kind of, how were they able to link him to this cold case?
Well, at some point, Alaskan authorities said that they found some kind of technology called genetic genealogy, and that's what put this suspect, this person, on the radar of authorities. And when they went to his home and asked for his DNA, asked some questions, he refused the involvement in the case, according to authorities. And then when the troopers from Alaska left his home, that's when they learned that he had taken his own life. And that's when Alaskan authorities applied for that search warrant. Arkansas State Police started stepping in to assist, and they went to the funeral home and they were able to confirm that there was a match linking this 66-year-old to the death of Jessica Baggins.
Wow, 24 years later, justice for this family, knowing exactly who is the suspect in this case. I'm curious, just reading, I know there's a lot of information in this investigation, but what was he doing in Arkansas? Have they figured that out?
Well, we do know that he was living in Alaska at the time of this murder 24 years ago. We know that according to a radio station in Alaska, that the suspect, Steve Branch, was actually arrested, indicted, but was acquitted in a sexual assault case of another person before Jessica's murder. And then according to our sources, at some point in around 2010, he moved to Arkansas.
Okay, Mitch McCoy, thanks so much for bringing that story to us from Little Rock, Arkansas. With fewer than 100 days until the presidential election, presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden announced Tuesday that California Senator Kamala Harris will be his running mate. This photo right here of the conversation was taken by a Biden campaign photographer. It captures the moment Biden asked Harris to be his running mate on the Democratic ticket. Their campaign website says today they will speak about working together and fighting for working families. And joining us now is Ashley Zavala, who is a political reporter in California. Thanks for joining us, Ashley. First off, we've heard so many names thrown out there that would be speculated to be on the ticket with Biden, like Senators Gretchen Whitmer, Elizabeth Warren, and Tammy Duckworth, just to name a few. Why did he choose Kamala Harris?
Well, it was clear that the Democratic Party really wanted him to have a woman of color, and that seemed to be the accepted idea moving forward when he was choosing a running mate. With Kamala specifically, she is a political rising star and has been for the last, less than 2 decades, really, going from San Francisco's district attorney to now the vice presidential candidate. Being 2 decades younger than Biden also kind of helps her bring a different voice to the campaign. As we saw on the debate stage, she is very good at holding people accountable, or at least trying to. And I think Biden seems appreciative of the thoughts and ideas and the debates that she could bring to bring a more balanced administration if they were to be elected. And also her social media presence. She is wonderful online and interacts with people constantly on that platform, which is something that I think now in this day and age is vital to really any campaign.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about her background. So you did mention she was district attorney for some time. She has served in many positions in California. Let's touch on those.
Absolutely. So, yeah, she started out San Francisco's district attorney. She was very young at the time, served a term or two. I'm not sure on that. But then she was elected as California's attorney general, and the state is, it's the size of 21 states. And this goes back to political talent. She was able to campaign well enough to win over, this massive, what our governor considers a nation state, and then moved on and won the Senate there in the U.S. Senate. So she, on both sides of the aisle, some might think Republicans say that she's too progressive. One of her first moves as district attorney in San Francisco, she said when she was elected that she would not go for the death penalty ever, that she was against it, and there was an officer involved shooting, and as the top cop of San Francisco, she said that she would not seek the death penalty against the man who was convicted of shooting him. So that kicked off her political career, and it's been those ideals moving forward, which has not sat well with the Republican Party here, but she is loved by the Democratic overwhelming majority here in California.
Okay, so from our understanding here, we are going to hear them address the nation together for the first time since the announcement. How close do you think this competition is going to be for the White House this coming November 3rd? It's anyone's. I think everyone has a criticism of each candidate and of each party, and it is really going, there's only 100 days left. So it's a lot of thinking on the feet, and with an evolving pandemic, it's just going to be, I do believe it's still anyone's election. And right. And you bring up a good point. We are in the middle of a pandemic. Campaigning is going to look a lot different this year compared to previous election cycles.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really going to be who can do the best work within the next 100 days.
All right, Ashley, thanks so much for bringing us that story out of California. Russia claims it has approved the first COVID-19 vaccine in the world, but there are some questions about it. John Lawrence has more on that and when you could get a possible vaccine in the U.S.
Perhaps some progress on a coronavirus vaccine.
Everything has been working remarkably smoothly. The patients are wonderful. They're here. They can't wait to make their contribution.
The Trump administration has inked $1.5 billion deal with Moderna Inc., one of the companies already producing a vaccine before proof it works.
We're on track to rapidly produce 100 million doses as soon as the vaccine is approved, and up to 500 million shortly thereafter.
In an interview with CNN last month, principal investigator Dr. Paul Bradley says clinical trials are underway. Half of the subjects have the vaccine, the other half a placebo.
Everyone gets treated as if they got the same thing, and we wait and we watch. We're looking for any side effects, any complaints.
The deal with Moderna is part of Operation Warp Speed, which is the government's push to get a vaccine available as quickly and safely as possible.
There's a process that takes place at the FDA. It's not one person who says, we're good to go. It goes to a bunch of data scientists who look at the data, they compare it to other data, and then they render these recommendations.
If testing goes well, experts say a vaccine will possibly be available to the public early next year. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Thank you, John. On to a story sports fans have been following. A shakeup in the world of college football. A pair of the Power 5 football conferences announced the postponement of their fall sports season. So the Big Ten made it official Tuesday. It based the decision on medical advice and counsel from the Big Ten Task Force for Emerging Infectious Diseases and the Big Ten Sports Medicine Committee. Now, the Big Ten was the first of the big Power 5 conferences to cancel all of their fall sports. Tuesday afternoon, though, the Pac-12 conference joined them, coming to that same conclusion. Joining us now to talk more about the meeting is Kristen Varconi from Columbus, Ohio. Christine, thanks so much for joining us here on Newsfeed Now. There's just been a ripple effect, it seems like, when it comes to what's going to happen with fall sports. The Ivy League made the decision last month. Several colleges like UConn and most recently University of Massachusetts canceled its fall season. What are we starting to see here, and will this actually be telling for other leagues and conferences to come?
I'm not sure about the other leagues and what they seem to be doing. The SEC seems to be full bore. Hey, we're going to do this no matter what. But yeah, the Big Ten did postpone rather their season is kind of what we're saying. Hopefully we'll be able to play in the spring here in Columbus. But the ripple effect in Columbus is far and wide. There's no aspect of Columbus life as far as the fall goes where this doesn't touch every part of life here in Columbus. So definitely wide-ranging effects from the economy, hospitality. I'm here at the station. We are actually just down the road from Ohio State and Ohio Stadium. We're surrounded by hotels who have said that they have cut 70% of their staff during COVID, and because they host all of these teams, and they were hoping for this abbreviated fall season to get some of those people back to work. But we talked to them yesterday, and of course, upset about it. But students, they're moving in actually right now, talking to them about their reactions. They get it, they're upset, and really hoping that Ohio State and the Big Ten will be able to play this spring.
I know, probably a tough decision and reaction from those players who really would like to play, but they understand, like you said. Did they talk about a revised schedule? If so, what does that look like?
So just about, it'll be a week ago tomorrow, the Big Ten put out a revised schedule, but it was based off of the fall. So we're not sure what it would look like in the spring. The Ohio State Athletic Director, Gene Smith, said Ohio State will not be playing anywhere but in the Big Ten. They're contractually obligated. So playing elsewhere and in another conference is off the table. So don't know what that schedule will look like in spring, if it will be all Big Ten, or maybe if some other schools who are planning on postponing will be in the mix as well. It's kind of a wait and see. So many factors of like what practice is going to look like at this point as well. Weightlifting, teams getting together. There's all kinds of NCAA rules that'll have to be adjusted and stuff like that.
I was just about to ask you about that. No games right now, but is practice still allowed?
I don't know as far as allowed. Yesterday they were practicing. The team posted pictures on Twitter of them, out in pads and helmets and practicing. But I'm not sure what today looks like or the rest of the week. Probably something actually coming up here in just about 12 minutes. Ryan Day will be holding a press conference. He didn't comment yesterday, but Ryan Day will be holding a press conference. That's Ohio State's head coach. For those of you who aren't Columbus-centric, so we'll probably find more out about that, and our sports director and reporters will, of course, be asking about that.
Sounds good. Christine, thanks so much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Before we go, remember Blockbuster? Well, there's only one left, and this store is in Bend, Oregon. It's independently owned. But look at this. It's teamed up with Airbnb for a super cool experience for 3 nights only. People can book it for an overnight sleepover like none other, transporting you back to the 1990s. There you see it. Yes, it will be equipped with a VCR. It's been temporarily converted into a makeshift living room with a pull-out couch, couch, a 90s era chunky big screen TV, a VCR, and 90s decor. Of course, you cannot forget that. You have all the store's videos at your disposal, so I'm sure the biggest decision you've got to make when you head out there is what movie do you watch? And from my understanding, you have to be a resident of Bend, Oregon, because they want to appreciate their customers who live there and who have supported them. But you also get free pizza, soda, popcorn, and candy as well. And it costs $4. Gosh, I wish I lived in Bend right now. That sounds like so much fun. Thanks so much for joining us on Newsfeed Now. We hope you'll join us tomorrow at 10:30 Central Time. Have a great day. Unicorn.